So happy to see you again. I don't know about you, but for me, every time I open my closet, it's like opening a stream of memories. A beige coat I wore during a trip with my husband, a polka dot dress from my daughter's birthday, and that old pink shawl, my youngest's very first gift. It's not that I don't know how to clean up. It's just, I don't know how to let go and still hold on to what matters. I've stood for hours in front of that closet, folding fast, closing fast. But inside, my heart still wanted to hold on. So today, I'm allowing myself to sit down and share with you 7 ways I've tried what I call my own gentle tidy up method for saying goodbye to every piece tenderly. This isn't really fashion advice. It's a way of living more gently, with the memories resting silently in every folded thread. Hello there! If this is your first visit, I'm so glad to have you here. And if you've listened before, thank you for coming back. Today, we'll unfold each item, like strolling through memories. This video isn't just about organizing a closet. Put it on once more to hear your inner voice. I kept a brown knit sweater for 5 years. Never wore it. Just folded it and set it aside. Each time I glanced at it, I told myself, not yet. It's not time to let it go. One chilly day, I decided to try it on. The collar had stretched, the sleeves were longer, the fabric a little fuzzy now. Looking in the mirror, I suddenly realized the person in that sweater wasn't me anymore. I took it off and felt no weight, no sadness, no regret, just the peace of having truly listened to myself. Sometimes all it takes is wearing it one last time to know you've changed. Set aside a little goodbye corner in your closet. There's a small woven basket lined with soft white linen resting quietly at the bottom of my closet. I call it the farewell corner. Every time I felt torn, keep it or let it go, wear it or not, I didn't force myself to decide. Not right away. Just place it there, like a gentle pause. There were things that sat there for 3 months, untouched. I didn't think about them, didn't look for them, didn't need them. And when I realized it, I knew. I was ready to let it go. Before, I organized everything by strict categories: shirts, tees, pants, dresses. Group by memories, not just by type. One day, while folding clothes, I accidentally touched the shirt I wore the day my daughter left for college. The sleeve still carried the scent of that softener. I couldn't put it back with the others, so I placed it gently in its own corner. So I tried something new. I sorted clothes by memories. One pile for vacation shirts, another for special occasion dresses, and a little pile just for clothes that held hugs. Then came another pile, kitchen day shirts, worn out tees with tiny oil stains. But every time I looked at them, I saw myself stirring soup and heard my husband behind me asking, "What's for dinner, love?" Then there was a special group, clothes of return. The outfit I wore visiting an old friend after 20 years. That moss green scarf, bought on a whim because it was cold, became the mark of a reunion filled with quiet tears. Sorting clothes by memories like that, the closet no longer felt too full. It felt like a fabric album, stitched with thread, soft with time, and full of honest emotion. Just ask, softly, if I were going somewhere today, would I choose this? A question that sounds simple can reveal more than we expect. Sometimes, all it takes is one quiet moment to finally see yourself clearly. If you saw yourself somewhere in this story, don't forget to hit subscribe so I can keep whispering little stories with you in videos yet to come. At the end of today's video, I'll give you a soft little recap. Just a few rules, easy to remember. Each time you open the closet, the blue checkered dress still hangs there, crisp fabric, clean stitches, nearly untouched. Yet every time I reach for it, I end up setting it back, over and over again. One morning, I stood before the mirror and asked, if I went for coffee with a friend, would I wear this dress? The answer was no. Not because it's ugly, but because it just isn't me anymore. So I folded it slowly and felt a little more space open up inside me. Turn old clothes into loungewear, but keep it soft and gentle. Don't throw away all your old t-shirts. The ones still soft, still intact, I keep to wear at home. But I always remind myself, even at home, I want to feel good about myself. No stretched out collars, no faded pants. I choose pieces that still make me feel like a woman, even if I'm just brewing tea or watering the plants. Self-care isn't always about expensive cosmetics. Sometimes it's just a well-fitted outfit and a satisfied face in the mirror. One day, I wore an old shirt with frayed shoulders to water the plants. My neighbor said, "You look tired today." One day, I wore an old shirt with frayed shoulders to water the plants. My neighbor said, "You look tired today." And I realized I wasn't tired. I just looked like I was. Since then, dressing at home feels like meeting myself with kindness, with grace. Even if it's just a soft tee and cotton pants, I know I'm taking care of me. Mend it if there's still something to love. I once had a white dress, long past the knees, with ruffled trim that felt a bit old-fashioned. But the fabric was lovely, and I still had a soft spot for it. So I brought it to a tailor, had it shortened to the knees, removed the ruffles, and it became a breezy dress, perfect for seaside walks. That tight turtleneck sweater, I turned it into a V-neck. That frayed scarf, I hemmed the edges and turned it into a hair tie. Not everything needs to be thrown away. Sometimes all it takes is one touch and an old item comes alive again in a new way. I'm sure you've seen plenty of my old videos showing how to turn old clothes into new favorites. Pass it on so the piece can begin its next journey. My niece loves vintage clothes. One day, I brought her some old blouses with Peter Pan collars, puffed sleeves, tiny floral prints. She hugged me tight. "Auntie, these shirts, it's like they're telling a story." I once packed 10 neat sets of clothes and sent them to a mountain charity. The feeling of knowing my clothes became a small joy for someone else, it was warm, gentle, and profound. Each item I let go of didn't disappear. It simply kept living in the hands of someone who needed it more. Once, while visiting a charity school, I saw a 12-year-old girl wearing a striped shirt, exactly like the one I'd folded and donated. I wasn't sure if it was the same one, but the way her eyes lit up as she ran to her teacher, shouting, "Teacher, look, I've got a new shirt!" nearly brought me to tears. Not because the shirt was beautiful, but because I knew a piece of my memory had become warmth for someone else. An item once thought worthless, had begun a new life. Once you've sorted everything, knowing what to keep, what no longer feels like you, don't rush to let them go just yet. You set them aside, folded neatly, clean. Like saying goodbye to an old friend. Not tossed, not secretly thrown into the trash like they never meant anything. Each item deserves its own way out. Don't let them fade away quietly. Each piece folded carefully, then let it start a new life somewhere else. That old t-shirt still in good shape. Maybe give it to the parking guy at the corner, the one who stands in the rain every evening, shoulders always damp. That dress you no longer wear, ask your niece to sew it into a tote bag. She'll carry it to the market, to class, on outings, and say, "My aunt's bag is super sturdy." A few wrinkled shirts? I cut them up, use them to line pots, clean glass, wrap fragile dishes. Instead of lying forgotten, they quietly help me every day. Some items come with a small note, holding a piece of a story once lived. Then it's placed in a box, like a gift waiting for someone unknown. It doesn't matter who will open it. What matters is that somewhere, someone will wear it and keep a little warmth without knowing. The pretty ones that still tell stories are for the granddaughter. The gently used ones are wrapped up, sent to temples or little charity groups on street corners. The worn ones go back to the countryside, given to a cousin who tends her garden every day. To her, old clothes aren't trash. They're for picking weeds, planting greens, and walking in the rain. Watching her wear them, it feels like a new season has quietly begun in me too. Some pieces, a small scrap is kept, pressed into a notebook like a fragile branch of time. You don't have to let go of everything. It's just that, with a gentle touch, we say goodbye to what no longer belongs to today. Each letter in Tidy Up stands for one step, a way to say goodbye to clothes with grace, not guilt. 1. Try it on again. Wear it once more to truly listen to how you feel. 2. Intuition check. Ask gently, if I were going out today, would I choose this? 3. Draw from memories. Sort not just by type, but by the memories they hold. 4. Your goodbye corner. Create a small, letting go space in your wardrobe. 5. Use it at home. Turn old items into cozy, dignified, at-home outfits. 6. Patch or play. If there's something left to love, mend or transform it. 7. Share it forward. Pass it on so the story continues with someone else. Not every item has to stay, but every memory deserves a gentle farewell. It's like tidying up old memories to make space for something new, neater, gentler, and truly yours. Now, every morning when you open the closet, it's not packed fuller, and somehow your heart feels lighter, as if you're dressing not just in clothes, but in a brand new day, one that fits just right. Not everything old must go, and not everything new is right for you. As long as it feels good on you, that's enough. If it still feels like you today, isn't that enough? What about you? Is there something that's been resting quietly in your closet that today you touch gently and smile and whisper, "Thank you," for walking with me through that part of life? If there's a corner like that in your closet, maybe take a quiet afternoon, go through piece by piece. You might find you're not just decluttering clothes, but memories too. Sometimes just one quiet afternoon is all it takes to soften your heart.